Yeah, I'm going to tell you, right from the very beginning, anytime you ever meet me, I'll sit down and have a real good conversation with you. I don't know if I've got the ingredients to prove what I'm about ready to share is like real. I just have personal experience. And that is that creativity is an addiction. If I'm not creating, that monster inside will beat me up like an addiction. Treat it like it is. Listen to it like it is. Become a friend and or something of leadership value to your creative level and what you should expect and not expect from it, because it wants a lot, even when you're not in the mood for it. Unplugged, because we will always say yes to creativity. Totally Uncut, because we all make mistakes, so turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. Oh, I gotta tell you, there is no better feeling than to step inside the studio knowing that you're here. How is that even possible? A lot of people will say to me, you step into a studio alone. You've got your dog with you. Oh, I got my beautiful dog with me. Jazzy May. Oh, my goodness. And she's got a new nickname, my dog does, because she, like most dogs, they go and they kind of trickle a little bit here and they trickle a little bit there. So we call her Tiny Tinkles now. It just makes us laugh. Tiny Tinkles. Let's go for a walk. But to walk in the studio knowing that you're here, oh my God, I just love that feeling. And where are we on the map? Well, where I presently stand on this day, which is December 17th, 2021, we're a week out from Christmas. Very little of my imagination remembers the laying out of this season 52 weeks ago. The pandemic was in total out of control mode, and people truly, they didn't care. And I'm lost by that because I did lose my mother to COVID-19 just a few weeks ago. My brother is still on a breathing machine, and my sister struggles with lasting effects. All three of them were in the hospital at the same time with COVID-19 because they decided they weren't going to be vaccinated. No judgment. You have a choice in life, and that was their choice. So, dear future reader, I love leaving little notes like this to the future reader or the future listener. Dear future reader and listener, our second Christmas with something we don't have under control. The latest variant is Omicron. So much has been written about this, yet the experts really have no freaking clue. I watched the daily COVID numbers. Since Thanksgiving, they're up nationwide. The new normal is the power of choice. To believe in what journalists are printing in their papers and on their websites, or to take a moment of your own life and just trust your gut instinct. Pour it into your soul. My mother is gone forever. My brother believes that he will spend the rest of his life on that breathing machine. I'm the host of a podcast. Being on your side of the page, I don't know what you see and or hear. But here's something positive. Tiger Woods is playing in his very first golf tournament since that near-death car accident. That's my positive today. As I read those numbers of COVID-19 to hear about this new variant and things like that, as we head into Christmas week 2021, my positive today is that Tiger Woods somehow, some way, through the grace of God or just sheer personal input, this weekend is playing in his very first golf tournament. How many people can persevere like that man has? Hey, it's Arroe. This is The Daily Mess, a chronological walk through an everyday world. I am a daily writer. I'm a silent watcher. I watch life. I feel life. I allow the universe to move through me. And somehow, some way, words end up on a page. I really do challenge you and also give you a warm invitation. Just give it a shot. If you're going to do a resolution for 2022, man, just kind of give it to yourself. The gift of putting words on a page. This is The Daily Mess. My mind is trying to decide the layout of this day, which isn't a choice. And the reason why is because Google Calendar has already put into play what is supposed to take place today. Yet this imagination that I hold this early in the day is acting like a little child. It doesn't want to step into a well-disciplined daily performance. Now, let's be honest with each other. This is where most people would call in sick to work or say, I need a mental rest day. Oh, the glorious mental rest day, which should be taken seriously. Yet, I laugh at myself for even bringing this up. I know who I work for, and those leading would mentally deliver bad energy. I mean, we've grown to think that American businesses are compassionate about mental health. Well, as a member of a team, I'm reporting that my decision makers and the major broadcast company that I once worked for, I'm telling you, they would not be in favor of blessing a moment for employees that need a mental day off. Mental sickness has got to be recognized as being something very, very real. But here's the thing. Without a cough and or a temperature, how do you diagnose it? The reality of the moment is we've got to talk about it. We've got to put it out here in the open. We've got to learn to recognize that mental health is in everybody's lives. And I honestly believe that in my own stepfather's life, he too, as strong as that man was, as my God, his visions were just so amazingly powerful. He built our house. He built things. He created things. But on this side of his life, he's been gone since 2015. His soul is inside my soul. I believe that my father suffered tremendously from PTSD because he was in World War II. And his final words with my sister before he decided to dance with the clouds was to share some of those stories of him being in World War II. I didn't know that my father was suffering. I didn't know. Now, I did have a brother who was challenged. I don't want to say mentally challenged because I don't think that's politically correct these days. He was challenged. He wasn't like the rest of us, but the man was brilliant. He could think things out and do things on his own, where other people would say, what is he doing? He's being himself is what he's doing. And my God, you could ask him any question about any musician, and he would give you not only their history, but he would play that song for you on his own turntables. I think I got into radio because of him, because he loved music so much. But he had mental health issues. We're not talking about it. We don't want to talk about what's happened in our families or what's going on with our friends and things like that, or what's going on inside your own head and heart. I keep a defrag journal in the afternoon because I've got to break down the day. I've got to know where I am mentally, not because I'm sick, but then again, maybe I am. I write every morning before the sun even rises because I have to be able to clear the path so that I can get into a day of expected creativity and somehow end up at a grocery store later on, right there in front of people, because I love people so much that I need to be with them. That's who I am. That's maybe my mental sickness, that I'm codependent, that I have to be with people. This is our thing for 2022. Get the conversation started. But we've got to get with experts that can give us, how can you tell? How do you diagnose? How do we say to those who are at our businesses, who pay us, that I need a mental day off today, without them bringing judgment against us? Because that right there, that's a fire starter. That's a trigger. And I'll tell you what, the tone of someone's voice will trigger me in a heartbeat. That's my mental sickness. I'm Arroe, and that's the Daily Mess.